glad to have you. I'm so glad to have you here at school. I really wasn't sure what to expect, and I suppose I had the same misconceptions and prejudices that probably a lot of people have. I didn't see them as individuals, I saw them as a group of students with a certain problem. You know, you really have to let go of a lot of expectations that you have for the students and let them lead you and celebrate their achievements rather than things that you impose on them. And I think that way you actually pick up on a lot more of the smaller detail that you miss. Hi, Michael. My name's Kyoto. Nice to meet you. Do you remember me from last week? Good work. And Kyoto is a stone cutter. And each day he goes to work in his mountain and he gets his hammer and he breaks the stone. Good work, Bernard. Great job. You finished? Oh, no, he's not. No. Okay. The Song Room program, which has been put into the school, is about helping the students to communicate. It's about giving them arts experiences where they can be expressive and they can connect. Doesn't he look great, Bernard? You look fabulous. Good job. Finished? Finished? Great work. Drama is about imagination. It's about using your imagination to go to into a different context, into an imagined world, which could be real or it could be made up, but it's an imagined world. Actually creating the story and believing in it yourself and having the teachers and the aides believe in it and being a part of that story, the children are almost swept into it. It sort of surrounds them and they can then take from that what they want.
A little bit chilly this morning.
Mount Ommaney is a unique school. It has a high percentage of students with really complex support needs. We provide programs to kids who probably need more support than any other students in the education system. It's a wonderful community. It's a small school. There is a real sense of community in the school. Very supportive group of parents and a really dedicated group of teachers and teacher aides and staffs. We're very fortunate to have this partnership with the Song Room, and it's been supported this year by the National Australia Bank Partnerships Grant, which is just terrific. So, and having Belinda here, the Song Room teaching artist, to mentor and to train teachers has just been wonderful.
And Jim's been really the powerhouse behind the program here at the school. He's just, if it wasn't for his foresight to actually organise everybody, I don't think it would have come together.
The Song Room appointed Belinda as our teaching artist here at the school, and we agreed to put together a program focused on drama and engaging students through drama. Belinda undertook or attempted to undertake quite a lot of research into the program, and that's when we found that this really hasn't been widely done before.
Jim Green, who has just been a fantastic supporter, contacted us about the possibility of putting a drama program into the school. And because it was a special school, which is one of our streams and one of our focuses, it was a really good fit for us. So we spoke to Jim at length about what they were looking for and how we could really tailor a program to deliver the types of outcomes that they wanted to see with their kids. And that's when we approached Belinda, who is their teaching artist. And it was really funny because Belinda had never worked in a special school. We started working with that school like we work with all of our school core programs, which is 6 months. So it's a teaching artist going into a school 1 day a week for 6 months. At the end of the 6 months, we normally will assess the programs to see where they're up to and to see whether or not we should be extending them and putting teaching artists in for a longer period of time. And when we got to the end of 6 months with Mount Ommaney, there was just no question. The work that was happening was really quite extraordinary, the impacts we were seeing. And so what we did was we changed the focus a little bit, and Belinda started to work more with the teachers. So the focus went from creating lessons for the children to working with the teachers to create the lessons for the children. So it was all about upskilling the teachers so that they could continue to do the types of drama programs that Belinda was doing when she wasn't there.
I belong to running land, to running land. I belong to running. Belinda came along under the Songroom programme and gave us these lovely, wonderful, exciting lessons. She would select a story, find some lovely music relevant to what the kids like, and bring piles of costumes along and set up this lovely drama programme. And you could just see the transformation in the children's eyes straight away. The curiosity, the desire to be part of it, the excitement. Clap your knees, everybody, everybody, clap your knees. What can a magic wand do? It can change things.
Well, from Claire's perspective, she loves the day she goes to Songroom.
Hanging around. Go on, throw your ball. Wait, ready? Stop, he said.
You know, she loves music. She loves being part of a group. She loves, I guess, that opportunity to be part of something.
That'll be good.
You gonna come and say hello? Because I'm with you today.
My job at the school is the head of curriculum, and we use the Songroom as a really good and excellent pedagogy for engaging students with special needs with the Australian curriculum. We embed it within our units of work across the school from P to 12, and also are looking at using the Songroom as a way of assessing students on their Australian curriculum involvement as well. At the moment, I've been going into the classrooms, mentoring the teachers, getting their lesson plans sorted so that they've got all of the music, the storyline, the sensory elements together. Once that's all finished, we're going to go into the classrooms and film them. And this will be like a performance for the students. So we're using the story of Imagine by Alison Lester, and each classroom's doing a different portion of the story, and that will be edited together to make a beautiful film, which the parents can then come and watch and see their children performing on stage. So I'm just heading over to Ben's class now. We're going to have a little mentoring session, and I'm going to give him some feedback around his lesson, which has been designed around dinosaurs. What are your strengths in the arts?
I like to make a fool of myself, so I guess that's a bit of a strength.
So the reason I ask that is because we often don't think about drawing on our own skills, the skills that we have in other areas of our lives, and it's really important to really recognise what you're actually good at and to really draw on that a lot. Did you need to get anything to talk about your lesson plan, what you're thinking of doing?
Actually looking at different dinosaur stories, I thought that way I can still sort of weave a story into it of some sort, so that it gives me some familiarity to work with in keeping it linear. The other idea was to maybe manipulate the, I'm not sure of the title of the song, but the Dinosaur Brigade, and it's, you know, it's listen to the chorus of the Brontosaurus. So we're just doing a bit of a run list, if you like, of the different things that we're going to be doing during our Songroom activity. And we haven't run through it yet, so this is still up for a little bit of chopping and changing. So we'll see how we go. It's an experiment, really. We'll see how we go. It's work in progress. I just hope that it goes to plan, you know, or, you know, as much of it goes to plan as possible.
Hi.
Excuse me, sorry. Hi,
One of the kids has come in with has had a seizure this morning, so we're not sure how she's going to be interacting with the rest of the group today. And you hear something coming in the bushes behind the swamp. Big woolly mammoth. Oh. Nice.
I was so engaged, and I can't believe Julia, she looked at every single moment. She was really aware and reaching out, and really, really amazing. Well done.
Oh, thanks. That's great. Whew.
Hi, Jim.
Hi, Belinda, how are you?
Good. We all set for today?
Yeah, we are, but unfortunately, lots of kids away. Probably a quarter of the school today.
No.
That's what happens when the flu season kicks in.
So we've got anyone missing today for the performance?
Ben.
Ben. Oh, cute penguin Ben.
Ben.
Yeah, oh.
Polar bear, what do you see? I see a nightingale looking at me.
Have you ever seen a penguin drinking tea? Take a look at me, a penguin you will see.
Hello. Hello. You all ready?
Well, there's two of us.
Oh.
There's 2 kids, that's it.
So what's happening?
There's 1 away and 2 asleep.
Oh, no.
We can get Millie walking to the ant mound, but that's about it.
So we could do her part, and we
Yeah,
could probably do his
can
part.
you do
and talk
parts
about
of the
it,
story?
All right,
Yes.
I'll put if you can get her antennas on and lift the seat up a little bit, and she can walk to the ant mound, and we'll put the ant mound music on.
Okay.
Down to the ground to get out of the rain. Boom, boom, boom.
You ready?
Yeah.
The ants go marching 3 by 3. The little one stops to climb a tree, and they all go marching down to the ground to get out of the rain. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. That's beautiful. Good on you, Lily.
All of the planning that we've put into place, months and months of planning, really come down to a couple of weeks of filming opportunity, which if we miss that, it's gone. It doesn't exist anymore.
That's what we got. There we go.
Hello, Bernie. Hello.
Bernard's been going to Mount Ommaney Special School for about 10 years, I think, since 2002. He loves it here. He gets a big smile on his face every morning when the bus leaves. When he started having these continuous seizures, they thought that it's likely that he's got a mitochondrial disease, and that is terminal for a lot of people that have it. I think there are varying degrees of it. So we weren't sure then how long he would live.
Did you have a good day today? You did? You had a good day.
Yeah, I mean, if you've seen photos clearly when she was, 1, 2, 3, it was always in hospital, it was always with tubes everywhere. She doesn't speak, she can't do anything for herself, and you really couldn't see past, see a future for her. We have said goodbye to her several times, thinking she only had hours to live. And you look at her now and she's still totally dependent for her day-to-day care, but she has an intellect and interests all of her own.
All right, we're going to go. Shall we go?
Let's go. Beautiful. I feel like smiling too. When I see Mason and he's happy, I am happy too. When we see Raquel and she's happy, we are happy too. We are happy too. The bird lives in the tree. Stand up, go and find the mud.
This little piggy went to market. This little piggy stayed.
Ah, wow.
I want to get in there.
You're the pig. We looked at the big brown bear home. He lives in the cave.
Oh, golly mo, oh, golly me, big bites of honey from the honey bee.
Focused concentration on the book. They loved looking at the book, didn't they? The little pictures. And then each little sensory thing was great. That's
good.
Really nice variety. They loved all the flowers.
That was good. And we try and keep the IEP goals in mind so that the children practice their individual education goals during every activity, so that was good.
And to assess the students' progress, what I did was, in my research data, I created this measure called a profound moment. And a profound moment's when a student interacts or focuses within the program itself, and it can be different for each child. It could be scanning a book or reaching out to something, but it's something very profound for that student. I kept the records over a number of weeks, and the data shows that the students' engagement increases as they're exposed to the program. So the more weeks that the students involved in the program, the more opportunities there are for them to actually have a profound moment where they engage and interact.
First we need to say hello.
Hello.
Everybody, hello everyone. Oh, Kayla, where does it go?
I can see a rainbow.
That's right. That's beautiful. That's good. Red and orange. So the rainbow fish was very, very worried. And he went to see his friend, the octopus. Do you want to say, please, rainbow fish, could I have a silver scale? The biggest and the hungriest. That's good, Tony. And another one. Beautiful dolphins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bit my finger so. Which finger did it bite? This little finger on my right.
Nice to see you.
See you too. You have a good flight?
Yes. Glad to be here.
Great, yeah. And the beautiful sunshine too.
I know, it's good.
And I think if we go back to our decision to use the Imagine text as that theme, and I know we decided that mainly because it came out of the Australian curriculum and it was appropriate, but it's been diverse enough to allow each class to engage in their little piece at a level that's appropriate to them, and build in their individual IEP goals and build in the curriculum goals. Yeah. It's just been great.
Yeah. Well, it was really good, actually. They're so far ahead with the filming. In fact, you know, when you're up there and the teachers will just stop you and say, oh, we've done this in our song room class and we're doing this. And, you know, they just love Belinda. She is just doing such fantastic work.
What has made the difference that they really can run with it on their own? Is it just the length of time? Is it the commitment of the teachers?
It's all of it. It's such a combination of everything, and it's you know, those teachers are quite extraordinary in their dedication and their commitment to those kids.
Belinda went in there, she had no experience working with special needs kids. They really supported her in what they wanted her, you know, her to do, and for her to have time out and go back into the classroom, have time out. But I think the way that those teachers worked was, even the library lady, everybody was involved in the program.
Part of the reason that the Song Room exists is because there is a huge equity gap in Australia in terms of kids who have access to the kind of resources that we think all kids should have access to. So kids in socioeconomically disadvantaged areas or who have special or high needs, they really are missing out in terms of access to these sort of opportunities, but they're also getting further and further behind in terms of their educational and developmental outcomes. So what we see is basically the gap between the haves and the have-nots in their educational achievement is growing in Australia. And in a country like this, that just shouldn't be happening. So in terms of where we're heading broadly with the Song Room, there is a huge need out there. What we have now is this fantastic model that we've had tested through independent research. So it now is an evidence-based model that we know works. We know it's improving their educational and developmental outcomes. And so really we want to make sure that kids all around the country have access to that.
What's the book called? Imagine. And it's written by Alison Lester. Who's it written by? Alison Lester. Lester, good boy. Shall we read the first page together? Okay. Let's go. Dinosaur. Oh, do you know that this is the first one? Imagine if we are deep in the jungle when butterflies drift.
When wombats dig burrows and kangaroos bump.
That was excellent, Connor. Fantastic one. You sure you don't want to read one more?
Nah.
When I first heard about the Song Room, I thought it was probably more about music than singing, because obviously Bernard can't sing, he can't talk, but he does enjoy music, so I thought it'd be something interesting and something different to grab his attention and to entertain him during the day. In the last 6 months, we've known that he's sort of starting to come out of his shell a bit. He's more affectionate and he's actually using his hands more.
When we first found out Cletty was part of the Song Room and would be filmed, we made a big fuss of her at home to say that she was going to be a movie star, and she was so excited and she was behaving like a movie star at home and quite delighted to be, you know, no one else in the house has been a movie star and it's not often she's the first. So she was very proud of that and had to be known as the movie star for several weeks at the beginning of the filming. So to actually see, you know, a final performance will be great. Nice jingle bells for Christmas. There we go. Are you excited about tonight? Going to school? You're such a big movie star. We're going to see some of your filming. Yeah.
mums and the dads, the carers, the grandmas, the granddads, the brothers and sisters, you're all welcome. I'd like to welcome staff who are here well after knock-off time and thank them for all their efforts in putting this evening together. But most importantly, I'd like to welcome the students from our Ommaney Special School, because tonight really it's all about them and their efforts and their learning. So a big round of applause for them, please. One of our goals in working with the Song Room and through our drama activities this year was to put together a digital school performance that we could share with you all. We did that, and we based that performance on a text from the Australian curriculum, a book called Imagine, written by Alison Lester. She really wanted to be here tonight to share in the school performance, but she couldn't be, unfortunately. So instead, Alison has left us this very short message.
Hello, I'm Alison Lester. I've seen the film and I think it's absolutely delightful. I love the performances and all that art that's been made to go with it. I wish I could be there tonight, but I can't, I'm sorry. I hope you have a fabulous night and congratulations to everyone for making a really wonderful piece of art. Good night.
It's time to have a look at the school performance. I invite you all to just imagine.
Imagine if we were like fish in the ocean where anemones will wave and hammerheads glide where seahorses rock and hermit crabs hide.
Some were large and some were small. Some walked on 2 feet, some on 4.
It's really lovely to celebrate Claire's achievements because they're, you know, sometimes they're very small, but a night like this, definitely you see what she's accomplished.
If there's a really deeper part to this, it's about living life, you know, having a really good life and giving these children opportunities to have a good life. And for a parent to be able to come in and see their child performing in a play is such a heartwarming thing. It's something that's really, it's such a positive outcome of the program.
What we've done is found a way to engage students with very, very high support needs, very complex disabilities. Now that we can engage them, we can teach, we can begin the communication, we can teach the interaction, the self-expression. We've got evidence to say that we've achieved it here, and now we're already beginning through professional development at other schools to pass that message on to other educators.
We've had inquiries from regional schools about the program, and we've had inquiries from local schools about the program, and we would love to get this message out to all other schools, not just Queensland-wide, but nationally and internationally. That would be fantastic.
That's what the program's about. It's about giving everyone a really fulfilling life, and not just the children, but the teachers and the parents and the teacher aides, you know, creating a program that encompasses a lot of different elements that can really improve people's outlook on life.